Everyone's favourite everyman, Goofy, will return to our screens in 3 brand new short cartoons built in the style of his classic 1940s films. They hit Disney Plus this August, but I got all the details right here. Before we get into this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does wonders in getting my content out there. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date with all the cartoon news. Between the 1940s and 1950s, Goofy appeared in a total of 9 how-to cartoons, directed by the legendary Jack Kinney. Inspired by the instructional films of the era, the shorts depicted Goofy attempting to mostly undertake everyday activities with absolutely disastrous consequences. With very little dialogue other than a narration track, the shorts are some of the greatest examples of classic Disney silent slapstick animation in the mold of Charlie Chaplin or Buster Keaton, and solidified Goofy as a Disney star. Goofy's last such effort was 2007's one-off cartoon How to Hook Up Your Home Theatre, and almost 15 years later, he's once again bringing his how-to films into the modern day, with a series of 3 pandemic-era cartoons headed to Disney Plus this August. The shorts, which have been produced in hand-drawn animation, are the brainchild of master animator Eric Goldberg, who you may know as the artist behind Aladdin's Genie or as the co-director of Pocahontas. Inspired by the entire world being thrown into lockdown back in 2020, the shorts are said to offer hilariously relatable insights and good-natured lessons in how to stay at home, and show how to make the best of a challenging situation, with Goldberg believing Goofy to be the perfect everyman to relive some of the common experiences we've had during these unprecedented and unusual times. Goldberg has directed all 3 cartoons, while other Renaissance-era Disney animation vets, Mark Henn and Randy Haycock, joined him as supervising animators. Disney legend Bill Farmer, who has been voicing Goofy for almost 35 years, has returned to the role, while fan favourite voice actor Corey Burton provides the narration. In an interview with D23, Goldberg notes that staying at home has been difficult for many of us, but I think Goofy gives us an opportunity to have a little fun with it. There are so many stories of people saying they baked bread for the first time or they were learning to cook. It affected all of us, but we've exaggerated certain things in these shorts. I don't have as much trouble putting on a mask as Goofy does. On the artistic style, Goldberg further noted, "We're taking our cues from those great 40s cartoons, which are always so funny and so well done. By the same token, I think we went for a slightly more modern looking style. We didn't want it to feel like it came directly from 1942. So the backgrounds are more graphic and we put a slightly thicker outline on Goofy, just to bring it into today's world a little bit more. But the spirit of it hopefully remains the same." The team were also given permission to access and repurpose sound effects recorded by the great Jimmy McDonald for the classic cartoons, as well as original music cues created for them to give the new batch an authentic feel. It's also said the tunes will make great use of traditional squash and stretch gag animation, which producer Dorothy McKim says highlights hand-drawn animation at its finest. D23 also went into detail on what we can expect from the 3 upcoming cartoons. How to wear a mask. Goofy demonstrates the fine art of putting on a face mask as he prepares to leave the house and venture into the outside world. Despite his earnest efforts, Goofy becomes inextricably tangled in the mask before finally finding the perfect fit. Goldberg notes that this short in particular continues the tradition of Goofy's more physical gag cartoons, and McKim says, "Goofy's having fun with it. We're not making fun of wearing a mask, we can all relate to him, and we can have a little chuckle about it." Learning to cook. It's a recipe for comedy and disaster when Goofy uses everything but the kitchen sink, along with any and all ingredients in his understocked pantry and refrigerator, to concoct something original and uniquely Goofy. After the narrator explains that a master chef can make anything taste delicious using whatever they have on hand, Goofy is emboldened to do just that, even if it leads to a bizarro food tower. Goldberg notes that this short will focus on Goofy's cracked logic, which will see him keep smiling no matter what. Binge watching. Goofy sticks his neck out to show viewers what it means to be truly flexible when binge watching takes precedence over, well, just about everything. Goofy is remarkably able to multitask and juggle a variety of household activities simultaneously, in a way that only Goofy can. By the time he sits down to watch his favourite show, his gaze is fixated on the screen. Goldberg, who admits to being caught up in binge watching during the pandemic, notes, "I thought it would be funny for Goofy to settle down with a slack-jawed expression and keep it there for the entire show. His bottom half acts like Goofy, you've got to animate that part as if it's Goofy, even though the top part remains completely stationary, a task that animators found technically challenging." As an enormous lover of classic animation and an advocate for more traditional hand-drawn cartoons, these new Goofies sound like an absolute godsend. And hopefully with good reception, this is the beginning of a long-needed re-emergence of the art form, and what better way to experiment with bringing it back in full force than with Disney+. A small number of the original Goofy shorts can currently be found in HD on Disney+, and hopefully more will be added closer to the release of the new ones. The new batch of cartoons will land on Disney+ on August 11, 2021. If you'd like to keep up to date with all the biggest cartoon news, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more regular installments like this. And if you're keen on diving deep into the history of all your favourite animated characters, don't forget to check out my continuing Cartoon Evolution series linked at the end of the video. And at that, I'm throwing it over to you. I want to know, what are your thoughts on these upcoming Goofy cartoons? Are you excited for them? And like me, are you hoping for a re-emergence of traditional animation? Fire away down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.